ne alewa o la kokiwe o sala ki reivingenge o sana senga tale ni rawani le suma ni samatani ngatana ke muiraira Kilanda vinaka kina dana mukau Sakina ngona mo sabe sau Namupula vei ko sawa katau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Ola kivaka vaka kova katotolo Tau raida no mukaloko Ya kapitale ni o sandau sukamai Wakana manu manu ena loma ni ba Kilana vinaka kina dana mukau Sakina ngona mo sabe sau Namupula vei ko sawa katau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Tinana ronda vei mataluotu Munua nondan rana undolu Wondokono na manu manu na singa enda Nona itavi muni na viva kadala Kilana vinaka kina dana mukau Sakina ngona mo sabe sau Namupula vei ko sawa katau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Kilana vinaka kina dana mukau Sakina ngona mo sabe sau Namupula vei ko sawa katau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau Reida manda reida kakindawana no mui wakarau
Bulwinak, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for His Royal Highness, can I please ask that you please make your way to your seat. Please find a place for you to sit as we wait his arrival. Binaka.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please be all standing as the Royal Highness Prince Haakon arrives? Vinaka. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen that are standing, please find a seat. The Oceania Center is open to everyone. If you could please find a seat, Vinaka. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, and welcome to the Oceania Center. It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you our acting director, Professor Konai Helu-Thurman, to introduce our program for this morning. Vinaka.
Thank you. Thank you, Benji. I beg to hide behind all the salutations and the acknowledgement previously made in the august ICT Center when His Royal Highness gave his speech, because here at the Oceania Center I've been told to keep a certain time, and being a Tongan, I'm very obedient. Your Royal Highness and your party from Norway, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Being a Tongan of the commoner class, it is not my place to be welcoming you today, especially to this sacred space, which is part of the vanua of the indigenous people of this land. But thankfully, I am also a member of staff at this university who has recently joined the Oceania Center for Arts, Culture, and Pacific Studies as a kind of nondescript staff member, and now acting director, while our real director has gone on leave. I am now responsible for this space. I'm so honored to welcome you all to our humble abode. And this is where those of us who work for, breathe, and talk arts, culture, and Pacific studies live. We thank you all for your interest also and the support for our work here, particularly the work of the artists. The Oceania Center for Arts and Culture was established in 1996 as a special project of the USB Council, who agreed to establish a Pacific Arts and Culture program here at the Laucala campus in SUVA, based upon concerns with cultural conservation and development. In 1997, the center was officially opened, and the Oceanian academic, writer, and philosopher, the late Professor Hauofa of Tonga, was appointed as its founding director, a position he held until his passing in 2009. The center began its operations focusing on unemployed youth in an attempt to develop a cadre of professional artists as well as in the performing arts. And over the years, a number of our students have joined the various arts groups and making up around 20% of all our trainee artists in residence. The first 3 years focused entirely on the visual arts, beginning with a visual arts workshop facilitated by New Zealand artist John Pulley. The first cohort of artists formed an artistic collective named the Red Waves. At the same time, the center provided a weekly meeting space for the USB-based New Waves of writers, led by the late Teresia Teawa and Robert Nicole, two academic staff here at the USB. The dance program formally began in 2002 with the first appointment of the USB choreographer, the late Alan Alo of Samoa, who established the Oceania Dance Theatre. Around the same time, the music program was set up with a music coordinator, and from 2002 to 2011, Calvin Rohret from the Solomon Islands led the music program focused on the creation of new sounds or fusion of contemporary folk music. In 2008, the disestablishment of our Institute of Pacific Studies saw the integration of Pacific Studies within the Oceania Center structure. And in 2011, Pacifica Voices joined the Oceania Center under the leadership of Mr. Inglese Ete. Pacific Voices is a choral group which, like other art forms at the center, aims at providing pathways through the arts for young people and young islanders in the USB member states. The short performance that you're about to see has been put together by our performing artists, consisting of Pacifica Voices and the Oceania Dance Theatre. It is a collective effort by the artists themselves, facilitated by our head of performing arts, Inglese Ete. It is a multi-movement presentation of Pacific music and dance, interweaving our various creative genres of traditional and contemporary arts, paying homage to our ancestors and their indigenous knowledge and navigational prowess, as well as representing the three regions of Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia, but also including a special tribute to our Norwegian Vikings. In the face of adversity, we are a resilient people, descendants of voyagers who have traversed the struggles of time, and from the infinite depths of Oceania, we rise stronger than ever in our fight against all kinds of enemies, including climate change. The performance depicts our people who encountered not only the physical challenges of their various sea journeys, but also political and social challenges. Your Highness, Pacific people, like your people, are people of the sea, the North Sea and the Pacific Ocean. This means that we tend to look towards our origins, our seas, our oceans, for solutions. The final piece in the performance is about that, a celebration of what we have as well as what we hope of the future. It is a piece performed by some of our senior artists at the opening of the Bergen International Festival in Norway in 2015, which I'm told was a favorite of Queen Sonja. Your Highness, I'm just a teacher who sometimes dabble in poetry, especially when I need to communicate with my ancestors. What you're about to see is a witness to our version of poetry, poetry in motion, as well as poetry in music. I have a little poem that I wrote about the power of poetry, which I will read. It's very short. The power which is akin to the power of the sea. You need not fear poetry for its mystery and secret ways. Rather, you should love, and only then will you know her name. Her voice will wake your blood. Her touch will warm the air around you. And your extended heartbeat will be living proof that our invitation is real. We hope that you and your party will enjoy our short performance. Vinakavakalevu and Tusantak.
The idea is to create a space that is specific, that is ours, within the global. The idea is to create a space that is specific, that is ours, within the global system, a place where people can come and relax. It's a welcoming place, a place that that is conducive for creativity, for cultural creativity. I had realized at the time that
Oceania is vast. Oceania is expanding. Oceania is hospitable and generous. Oceania is humanity rising from the depths of brine and regions of the deepest still. Oceania is us. We are the sea. For Oceania is voyaging towards the future while being firmly rooted in our ancient knowledge. The fisherman watches the tides and adheres to the trade winds, honoring their sacred relationship, honoring his lineage as people of the sea. The vast ocean that once fed and connected us now eats at our shores, for she has suffered enough in the hands of man's pollutant ways.
On an ocean white of roaring waves, I see your light and golden face, a precious gift of your longing arms. Hurt me not, just sing to me, my love. How come so sweetly, child, you sing, and all the joy you bring to me. calls our loved ones home. And I will be waiting on an ocean. Sweetly, child, you sing on an ocean. On an ocean. To
In this vast ocean, we also pay tribute to our visitors from afar who travel to our shores, and today we also honor our Norwegian voyagers. Per Spellman is a well-known Norwegian folk song, which is about Per's declaration of unconditional love for his fiddle, which in a sense is a violin, in that a fiddle is the name of a violin played in the traditional manner, but tuned in special ways, sometimes in secret tunings only known by the instrument's owner and player. In the face of adversity, we are resilient people. Like our Viking brothers and sisters, we are descendants of voyagers who have traversed the struggles of time, and from the infinite depths of Oceania, we rise together in our fight against climate change.
People of the sea,
Vinaka, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Prince Haakon, for gracing us with your presence. And on behalf of the University and the Oceania Center, we wish you all the best with your journey ahead. If there's anything that we can do for you, please do let us know. But ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite you for light refreshments and also meet the artists and our USB journalism team. But again, Vinaka Bakalebu, God bless, and Mother Manda.